Loneliness is perhaps the most universal yet most private pain of the human experience. It's such a heavy, quiet ache that doesn't always look like sitting alone in a dark room. Sometimes it's in a loud, crowded office, at a noisy dinner table, or while scrolling through a feed of people who seem to be connected in all the ways that you are not. And loneliness isn't just about the absence of people, it is the presence of an emotional vacuum, the sharp sting of not feeling truly seen, heard, or understood. It's the fear that if you disappeared for a day, the world would keep spinning without anyone noticing you were gone. But here's the profound truth we sometimes forget in the dark. Loneliness is not a sign of your failure. It is a sign of your design. We feel the ache for connection because we were created by a relational God. And the void exists so that it can be filled by something or someone infinite. And when we find ourselves in the middle of that isolation, we often feel like God is furthest away. We think that if we are truly blessed or on the right path, we would be surrounded by a constant circle of support. Friends, God is not distanced from your silence. He is the one who walked through the darkest nights of the soul so that he could understand the exact frequency of your pain. And so when you bring your loneliness to him, he doesn't offer a lecture on how to be more social. He doesn't minimize your tears or tell you to just get over it. He does something much more radical. He stays. He sits on the floor of your heart with you. He meets you exactly where you are, not where you think you should be. How does this meeting with God happen? It isn't always a lightning bolt. Usually it's a slow, steady warmth that enters through three distinct doors. First is the door of presence. Prayer is often sold to us as a list of requests or a set of perfect poetic words, but actually, true prayer is simply the practice of presence. There's a season in my life where the silence of my apartment felt like it was crushing me. One night, I simply sat on the edge of my bed and I whispered, "God, I feel alone." I didn't get an audible answer, but I did feel a shift in the air. A deep, settled peace that didn't change my circumstances, but changed my heart. I realized I wasn't alone. I was just finally quiet enough to notice that God was there. Second, the door of truth. When we are lonely, our own thoughts become the loudest voices in the room, and they usually lie. They tell us we are forgotten or invisible, and we must counter those lies with the sacred echoes, the spiritual texts and reflections that have anchored humanity for thousands and thousands of years. These words remind us that we are a part of a long lineage of seekers who found that the divine is closest to the brokenhearted. And so when the silence of the world feels deafening, returning to these truths allows us to understand and hear God's voice to become the dominant melody in our life. And third, the door of others. We have to be careful not to spiritualize our need for human touch away, because God never designed us to be islands of isolated holiness. Often his comfort has skin in it. It reaches us through a text message that arrives at the right moment, or even a shared meal that warms more than just the body. Community is not an elective, it's essential. And sometimes the answer to our prayer for comfort is the person standing right in front of us. And so I want to share with you some practical steps that you can take. If you are standing in that lonely place today, here are 4 steps that I want you to build to bridge a connection again. Number 1, create space for the quiet. Instead of reaching for your phone to drown out the silence, try inviting God into it. Spend 5 minutes without noise. Don't ask for anything, just breathe and say, "I'm here and I know you are here." Number 2, anchor yourself in a single truth. Choose one reminder, a phrase like, "God sees me." When the ache of loneliness flares up, return to that phrase like a compass. Step 3, take one small step towards connection. Loneliness is a self-perpetuating cycle. It makes us want to hide, which makes us more lonely. Break the cycle. Send one honest text. Join one small group. Volunteer for 1 hour. Loneliness shrinks when we shift our focus from who is noticing me to who can I notice today. And finally, practice radical honesty. Stop filtering your feelings when you speak to God. If you are angry, say it. If you are tired of being alone, scream it. Honesty creates a deeper, more authentic connection than perfect spirituality ever could. And believe me, God can handle your rawest truth. I want you to know that loneliness is real and it hurts, but in the hands of God, it can also become a doorway. It strips away the distractions and the shallow noise of the world, leaving us in a place where we can finally hear the whisper of the one who has been pursuing us all along. So friends, you're not forgotten. You're not a ghost in your own life. You are cherished. And the creator of the stars of the world is currently inviting you back into a connection that can never be broken. So today, just take one of those steps. Pause, pray, or reach out. And as you do, remember, you are part of a we, even when you feel like a me. So I want to hear from you. How has God met you in your quietest, loneliest moments? Your story might be the very light someone else in the comments needs to find their way out of the dark. So please share, like, and subscribe. God bless you.